Hello everyone. Today I'm going to talk a bit more briefly about various asset classes and markets that you could trade in those asset classes, and even I have started this conversation in a couple of videos before. When I started to talk about gold and oil, I would think that it would be better if I would start with whole asset classes and give you some brief info about them. And for me, not most interesting, but one of the more interesting yet neglected asset classes could be agricultural commodities. And now I will briefly show you what's happening there and why you should pay attention not only to cryptos and forex and hottest stocks, but to these markets as well. So as you see, there are pretty interesting asset classes with this is pretty interesting asset class, with very interesting markets to trade, like cocoa, milk, yes, milk, cattle, lean hogs, pork bellies, probably there will be pork bellies too, coffee, wheat, lumber. I don't know why that's agricultural commodity, but alright. Cattle, live cattle, sugar, corn, wheat, mini corn and corn, soybean meal, oat, rice. Yes, and meat, wheat. To give perspective, these are not only markets that are traded, because there are dozens of more if you look at largest commodity exchanges, but I will look only at those who are shown on TradingView, because they would be more objectively understandable for you, because most of you wouldn't go to Chicago Mercantile Exchange or ICE Commodity Exchange to look at the futures and options contracts and all those specifics. Most of you are mostly going only here, so I will look from here how they look and how they perform. And I have already opened some of the more interesting markets, and I wouldn't go market by market and to show every trend there, because it will be too lengthy. I will do that in next videos, but I will just show you what's happening here. This is the corn market. Corn heavily correlates with wheat and soybeans, because excuse me, those are grain markets. So if you look at a couple of years ago, it has produced rather good trends. And I liked corn market when I started to trade. I always read about it, and it made sense for me. Now corn market, as any other grain market, tends to be very stable for years, and when something unpleasant for them happens, it tends to grow rather steadily and then spike. That's their nature. That has been their nature for decades, and I couldn't see anything different here. But that's interesting market, as I told you before. And trends are here. I don't have to explain that myself. These are long-term trend charts, and they are trading nicely, as you see. Plenty of opportunities here, and I will show them in great detail a bit later. Wait a minute, I have to know whether I already opened wheat. I haven't opened wheat, excuse me. I will open wheat as well. Excuse me just a second, I apologize for that delay. Here's the wheat market, because we have to make comparisons with wheat, corn and soybeans together. So here's a wheat chart, same chart with same parameters as with corn. As you see, yes, it moves rather steadily, and you could compare that with corn. As it had one good downtrend, and it stably moved downwards till 2017, and it raised again in late 2019 and up to 2022. Yes, I wouldn't go that much into other details and just go to soybeans, because soybeans are rather similar market with similar correlations and specifics, and you see the same pattern, slow downtrend from 2010s to mid 2014-15, then it was stable in the range here from 22 to 37, and then it rise as with any other grain commodities. Actually, it made triple rise, which was very good for this kind of commodity. Yes. Oh, now we have sugar market. Sugar market is interesting because of its production and sale. It's not tied to west or one place, but it actually has very specific logistics, how it's produced and consumed and its usage and whatnot. So it also has a lot of geopolitical and economical influences, and you see that bears fruit because look at those trends. Look at those trends from 13 to 34, then back again here from 10 to 20. I will go that into detail, but I will just show you that yes, sugar has always made good trends. And then there are lumber futures. There's the same drill here. How many? 230. Oh my god, look at this trend. Look at these trends here. Come on. This is like cash machine. Only if your broker trades these products. I don't know about that. Even here it might look boring, but it's still doubled its price and felt again. If you trade that on leverage, these are huge trends here. How many of you actually did know that lumber produces trends like that? No one. Now here is coffee, lean hogs, cocoa. Okay, let's see coffee. Same drill. It was rather boring at this year, so I remember that I covered that when I traded from 150 to 86. Stable but slow trends, choppier markets, but it was good. These are good trends for shorter term traders. From 96 to 135, that's a 50% raise. Then it almost tripled in 1.5 years. That's very good. That's a very good rise. Now I don't know who trades lean hogs now, but I'll just show you that even it is meat, it's still good trends. Now this is difficult market for trend traders, I'm telling you now, because of those specifics, how these contracts are made up and nature of the market itself. I wouldn't recommend you to trade it but I will just show you that it ranges in like 100 and yes, it goes in price nearly twice times. That's because of the way how, as I'm saying, that's because the way how they grow those pigs and how those pigs are, and then those new pigs are I don't know how to better describe that, but at one time of the year they are growing them and then they are putting them to slaughterhouse, and those prices are moving in 6 months in advance. But because you have to look at that in the perspective of how real future contracts operate, and I don't want to go to great details about how future contracts works in hog markets because it's rather specific, but it's clearly visible here that they follow a very similar pattern due to seasonality of how those little pigs grow and gets to slaughterhouse. Somehow it went up to this range and follows here. But yeah, no, money is there. This is money for specific traders which trades only these type of markets via options and calendar spreads. For other traders, I wouldn't suggest you to go and trade conveniently as convenient market, but for illustration it's a very good market. Okay, with that said, let's go to more used markets. That is coca, one of the most commonly used commodity for sweets. And yes, as you see here, I have to actually skew my chart because you see how large moves are here. Yes, it also ranges rather nicely. And now here you see also these ranging markets for $3,400 to $2,800. There are large markets for traders to exploit. Then it fell and reverted to some ranging trends, but still I am not trading this market that much, but still more opportunities than I actually saw. Where is cotton? We have cotton here. Ah no, that's unfortunate. But still, also cotton is a very interesting market which produces very spectacular long-term trends. And what I just show you is that you could be glued to one market such as Bitcoin or Ethereum or Tesla, but if you are doing that, you are forgetting there are plenty of other markets which are giving you opportunities regardless of what those cryptos are doing. Because as you see, if you're not blind, here is wheat with trends, corn with trends, soybean with trends. Look at sugar trends, you know how much those markets have moved. Look at the lumber markets. Look at coffee. Hogs are more specific markets, as I told you, but nevertheless. And here are cocoa markets. Look at those moves. You know, I am skewing those charts in a very, very long range, but if I am using shorter time frames, you will see that even the worst markets have plenty of opportunities. So be open-minded, look what's happening in the world, and try to capitalize on every move you see, and then profit opportunities will be endless. And wait for next videos when I will explore this in greater detail together with other markets as well, because after that you will see energy, excuse me what I just did, yes, excuse me, because then you will see also energy, metals, world indices and interest rates, because these are important markets as well, not only crypto and hottest stocks as I mentioned before, but other markets as well. So make sure to follow me and stay tuned till next videos. Bye.